Howdy guys, Jimmy Song here. I wanted to talk in this video about the difference in the attitudes that were expressed in the various bug reports between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So Corey Fields found the bug, a consensus bug in Bitcoin Cash that he reported anonymously. He wrote a Medium post about it, and the Bitcoin Cash devs did one thing. They obviously fixed it and they disclosed it, et cetera, et cetera. Bitcoin Unlimited developer Almany, I forget exactly what his name is. I'm not even sure if it's been revealed yet. But anyway, Almany, that's the guy that reported the bug to Bitcoin Core about the recent bug. There's obviously been a lot of fallout out of that. Now, I don't want to get into the specifics of the bugs. That's for other videos and so on. But it did show me one thing, which is the reactions in both communities couldn't have been more different. Because with Corey Fields' bug, it was everybody in the Bitcoin Cash community was kind of like, oh, it's been reported already. It's nothing new. They're like, oh, we already acted on it. Why worry about it? Like, who cares? Thank you for, I guess, reporting the bug, but it's not a big deal. It was minimized. With this Bitcoin, with Almany, reporting the bug to Bitcoin Core, what the main reaction has been, thank you for the bug report. And, I think there's some egg on the faces of some devs. Some have even come out and apologized. I think John Newberry in particular was just like, I should have caught this bug. It should have smelled. I didn't do enough code review. It's kind of penitent, right? Like, sorry, we did the wrong thing. I know we know that you had trust in us, and we're sorry to disappoint you. And a lot of the core people are like, how could you let this happen? Like, what what's going on? There's some degree of learning about who to trust and who not to trust. To a degree, you should always verify, right? Like a lot of non-developers are like, well, okay, like, we trusted you. How could you do this to us? That kind of attitude. But I think the right lesson to get out of this isn't that, like, you no longer trust these people, or that, like, you're now in conflict with them because they disappointed you in some way. It's that you should really verify things for yourself. And yeah, you probably haven't read through the code. There's maybe like 50 or 100 people in the world that have read through all of the core code, right? Like, there's not many that have. But if you really want to know to that degree of veracity, then that's kind of what you have to do. The fact that you really shouldn't be trusting people. It's the whole ethos of Bitcoin is about verifying, not trusting. Now there's some trust earned, I think, over the years that Bitcoin Core has had, or that's been earned, right? Like, by not having bugs like this. But the fact that there is a bug like this shows that they're fallible, right? And that's okay. That means that, like, that's a lesson that we as a community need to learn. Nobody is fallible. Nobody is infallible. Nobody's perfect. And part of the vigilance of Bitcoin is getting more people involved so that they can do the cross-checking and so on. When this went in, this was like 0.14. This was a couple of years ago. So a lot more developers are in it now. The standards are higher, and I would dare say that the development process is better too. Now it was a process thing. I'll have a write-up on all of that stuff. But the difference in attitudes between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core were pretty striking to me, because Core's coming out saying sorry, blah 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 blah. Cash is just like, let's sweep it under the rug, and we had this blog post, and then everyone else is just sort of denying, instead of being honest about it. And that to me is very indicative of that community, in that hey, like, they don't really want their vulnerabilities to be shown. The mark of intellectual honesty is being able to say, I was wrong. And to me, a lot of the core devs have done exactly that. They were wrong, right? They should have caught this. There were some things not in place quite to the degree that they should have been. But this is part of the learning process. This is a part of the community growth. Not everyone's perfect, and that's okay. That means that you have to get more eyes on stuff, and there has to be sort of changes to make sure that this stuff gets more eyes on it, instead of just just one or two people looking at some sort of major consensus thing. So yeah, the contrast was kind of overwhelming for me. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there were Bitcoin Cash people that were saying, I'm sorry, like we screwed up and we're sorry to have betrayed your trust. To me, I didn't see any of that. And if there is one, please let me know. Please let me know, because if that's the case, I will eat my words. I will apologize to the Bitcoin Cash developers for defaming their name. But as far as I know, nobody came forward and did that, like the Bitcoin Core devs have. And that to me is more indicative of intellectual honesty. Anyway, hope that helps you. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you disagree. Maybe I don't know. I'm sure the Bitcoin Cash trolls will be coming out in force and saying like, Jimmy's an idiot or whatever. But that happens in every video where I mention Bitcoin Cash, so I'm used to it. You guys are making me anti-fragile, guys. Anyway, this song is done.